Yes. Here we go. And then so he hits me with the what you drinking the potion, man. He hit me with something like that. And so you know what type of brokerage or what type of agent doesn't do well in our office?
What type?
People that don't understand the future is here.
I'm going down, down, baby. No street in the rain. Come on. Street sweeper, baby. Got ready to let it go. Shimmy from the bud, listen to it loud. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. I'm going down, down, baby. No street in the
All right, so hello guys, welcome to another show here at Hot Deals, where we talk about hot real estate deals and even hotter real estate topics. Today I have the pleasure of introducing my friend, my colleague, I guess we'd say partner, somebody here that's at the office that's been a part of our team for the last 3 or 4 years, Mr. Sonny Mai.
Thank you so much, Jose. Thank you so much for having me on, man. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I'm not too good with spicy food, but we'll see how this goes.
Oh, you're not? I didn't know this.
Nah.
Oh, so
But,
I bought the special guest.
you guys put me on. You guys put me on for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah,
let's do
no,
it.
yeah, no worries, man. We're gonna get started with this. It's pretty easy in the beginning.
Okay.
It gets a little spicy as we go, but you know that's why you just take off the jacket, do your thing.
For sure.
I had to bring a little swag
For sure.
because you're your swag is on 10.
Thank
You know,
you.
so I was like, dude, Sonny's coming, so I gotta make sure that I do the right thing. I kind of want to introduce people to Sonny, like who Sonny is, how
For
did you
sure.
grow up,
Yeah.
and like what are your passions, what do you do, man? So I know you're an avid golfer.
Yes. Just goes back to my day as a kid in Vietnam, you know. Growing up there, I was born and raised in Vietnam. And my parents back then were avid golfers, you know.
Oh, yeah?
They would golf every weekend, sometimes taking days off during the week, you know, company hours to go golf. You know? I hope mom doesn't watch it. Snitching on her, bro.
Snitch. I'm just kidding.
You did the right thing squealing on that guy. How'd you like to be a full-time rat?
So your dad knows how to golf, your mom knows how to
Of course,
golf. You guys,
yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, man, I must have been like 6, 7 years old.
So you grew up in Vietnam. Right?
Yep.
How old were you when you got here?
Oh, man, so I moved to the States when I was 11 years old. But
dude.
I wasn't in California first, though. I was out on the East Coast in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, I
So
know
it was
Raleigh, bro.
Yeah. So, you
Yeah.
know, big culture shock and everything. But,
So you were like, damn, going from like being in like a tank top on the beach, nice
all
weather,
day,
tropical,
all night.
coconut trees to like.
The snow in the winter. That's where my family, they had some friends and family up over there too. So that's where we
Okay.
went first. But eventually we made our way to California. Since 2016, I've been here. And I'm
Okay.
loving it every year.
Dude, that's really awesome. So I got here when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
So very similar, right? I also come from a tropical place
Nice.
called Acapulco.
Nice.
And when I got to the U.S.,
Uh-huh.
my friend who I met, his name is Desmond Mosley. And guess what? He's from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I've been there before. I actually
Okay.
went to go visit him. And so that's kind of funny. That's kind of cool. And then, so how long did it take you to learn how to speak English? Or did you already speak English when you got here?
English-wise, yeah. I mean, I've fortunate enough was learning it in Vietnam when I was a kid,
Oh, wow.
growing up, you know. So I
Yeah.
got a head start in that. But just been practicing it. But
Yeah.
the cool thing is, like, I
So
never.
you already knew when you got
Yeah.
here?
I never like stopped learning Vietnamese as well, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
you
why
kept-
I was able to stay fluent in both languages.
Well, the reason why I asked that question is because, again, it took me about 6 months to a year. Because I really came like, I didn't even know 1, 2, 3.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I
you
was
started
like-
from like zero when you
yeah,
came
bro.
here.
I thought I was coming to Disneyland, bro.
Nope.
I started as like a 5 when I came here. Eventually worked it up to fluent, you know.
No. I still don't know how to speak English. I'm telling you. So I think now it's time to try our first.
All right, let's start it.
Yeah, that way we
The
can
first
kind of
one
get it
together.
going.
Okay, sure,
Go
for
ahead.
sure. Thank you.
So you were telling me, right? Well, I was telling you. It took me about 6 months.
Oh, that's good. It's
That's pretty good. Right, tangy,
Pretty
right?
tangy, mhm.
Yeah. So it took me about 6 months, and then started getting acclimated. But my mom told me I was coming to Disneyland. I did, but I stayed.
She got your ass, bro. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And so there was a little bit of a culture thing, you know, like, oh, what the fuck? People here don't play soccer. All I knew was soccer. And then I was like, oh my God, everyone here has shoes. I was barefoot. It's a true story, man. True story. Where I come from, like, you're by the beach, you're right there. And so everything's kind of close to you, you know? When did you move to California?
So I moved to California in 2016. We settled down in Rancho Santa Margarita area, down by Mission Viejo.
That's nice.
I'm sure you're very familiar with that area. Went to Tesoro High School. It's a really it's a good area.
Yeah.
Down in South County. That's where I met my lovely girlfriend, who's outside. Shout out to Noelle.
Oh man, so you guys don't know each other from way back.
Oh yeah, I know her since high school, man.
Oh,
way
no way.
way back in the day.
Do we have a very similar story? I know
Yeah?
my wife since she was, I was 18. I
Okay.
think she was like 13, something around there.
Okay, you
Like,
guys went to the same school or
No, I met her in Mexico.
Oh,
So
okay.
so like I would always go back,
Yeah.
and she would always have an eye on me. I know you, girl. She was always be trying to spy on me. Be like, oh, he's coming. He's coming. My girl likes ugly. And then so yeah, that's how I kind of met her, and then we just kind of stayed in touch for
Nice.
14 years before
Okay.
I told her. I think it was 14 years or 13 years before I was like, hey, you're old enough now. And then we just started dating.
Nice.
So that would be how many years did you know?
It's on to like 7-8 years now, man.
7 or 8 years?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. Still going strong.
Yep.
That's great, man. Having stability in that,
Yeah.
in relationships is kind of important. Just
Exactly.
so you can have peace, because there's no peace in real estate, right?
Oh,
Like, tell me
yeah.
a little bit of a story of like, kind of that, like the worst real estate story that you kind of went
The
through.
worst?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, it's part of the game being a sales athlete, right? You're
Right.
always trying to be out there in the field. I mean, people ghost on you and all that kind of stuff when you make far drives, but it's just part of the process, You just got to keep pounding the pavement. That's how I look at it.
Have you noticed that over time that's happened to you less and less and less?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what do you think?
I think it's the prep work that I do, double confirm. I mean, extra follow-ups, my professionalism, setting out Loom videos, Basically giving them a lot of information about me up front, just so they know who I am, what I do, a little preview of that. And then they're excited to meet and talk more about the process, look at the net numbers.
Yeah, okay, dope. All right, cool. So let's move on to the next
All
house.
right,
And then
all
I
right.
do want to dig in a little bit more on that.
Yes.
So, like, what happens on your first call?
The first call, we're talking about the little dick.
Yeah, little dicks, big flavor, guys. Don't worry, it's part of the show. This is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like apple.
Mm.
I don't think it tastes good with I think this was lemon pepper.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's fruity.
It's
It's
fruity,
nice
right?
and fruity, yeah.
Yeah.
But going
That's
back
pe- yeah.
to what you were asking, yeah, the first call, discovery call, right? See what they're looking for. Was it a property valuation, cash offer, or explore the selling options? Confirm the information. Ask what price they're looking for, because I think a lot of people, they don't ask about the price, right? On that initial discovery call, whether like they're afraid to or whatever. But I think the way you taught it to me was that the industry now is going in a way where we want to find out what your number is, and it's like my job to tell you how to get that number, instead of like I'm telling you this is the number you can get.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Have
like,
you
I
noticed
think
that works better
that
for you?
approach is a lot better, I feel like.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too. And then, so I was always taught by all the greats, by the way. We stand on shoulders of giants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was always taught by all the greats, like, hey, you're the one that tells everybody everything. But the thing is, they usually probably got started in the industry when there was no internet. Right? And I think that's one of the advantages that we have. We have like an understanding of how transactions work from the aspect of how they used to work and what's been known in the industry for a long time. And then now where it's going. You that one spicy?
A little bit, got a kick to it.
At the end? Hey, it was the ghost pepper, bro. Hey, you gotta watch out with little
Creeping
dicks,
up
bro.
on you.
Pause.
It's something for the sauce, bro. I'm sorry, right? But yeah, you gotta kind of watch out with that, right? And then the process, right? We were talking about that. A little more access to information on the
Information,
internet,
yeah.
right? Redfin, Zillow,
Yep.
and all of this stuff. So, I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking? Well, we eat the next sauce.
Yes.
Of what you just heard out there on the news
About what?
about Rocket Mortgage
Ah.
and Redfin. Dun, dun,
Merging?
dun.
Yeah.
By the way, Neil the deal. Hey Neil, we better watch out, bro. Redfin's coming for your loans. Just kidding. So now we have big players in the game. But what
Yeah.
are you thinking about?
I
What you're
think when it comes to those big industry news and stuff like that, I mean, to be honest, I like
Don't
to
pay
stay,
attention.
I like to stay, kind of
in.
focused and locked in.
I like that.
Personally, I haven't ever used a Rocket Mortgage product before with any of my clients. I'm sure I think them and UWM are probably like the two biggest names or something like that,
so
right?
I mean, maybe in the future we might, work with them. I don't know. Like, I mean, my experience so far with Rocket Mortgage. It's been really good sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, but I think that's with every lender,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like every lender's hit and miss. Like I've had a great experience with Bank of America.
Uh-huh.
And then I've had misses that
Yeah.
were like fucking horrible.
For sure.
And then even with like City National and the $50,000 grant right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, has the product worked for some people?
100%.
Yeah. Are they fucking happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it not work for other people?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the 11th hour, they're not approved.
Yeah.
What the hell? So with programs like that, I always tell agents, you should do a lot of the legwork up front.
Of course.
Try to see if you could get a fully underwritten approval.
Mm-hmm.
Try to have a client that's fully committed, fully understanding, and so you do a really good job because you work with sellers now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, like I see your process, and then but I literally want to ask you like, what do you think is going to happen? Because now Redfin is a lead provider,
yeah.
and Rocket is a lead provider, and they're getting together, and so this is the first time.
So they're trying to compete with like a Zillow and
They
something
became
like that.
Zillow overnight. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
I mean, look how long it took Zillow to open up ZHL,
yeah.
right?
It's not. Yeah. Only been around for like a year or so.
Yeah, and then so they did that in a month, or
Yeah.
like in a day.
Uh huh.
So I'm
In a
like,
sense,
oh shit, what's going on, right?
it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't feel like it'll affect you in any way?
As far as bro, you guys would just go out there and make new partnerships. What am I worried about?
Hey, Rocket, call me. Right then. Hey,
All right,
let's do
we're about to
business.
eat this.
Yeah,
The
good.
Neil.
This one's really good, actually. This one's really good. Better than the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then so, like I said, Redfin has a 1.5% program on the list side. Have you gone against a Redfin agent yet?
Yes, I have, and I actually have beat out discount brokers before.
You have?
Fun fact, yeah,
Yeah.
discount and local
How'd you do it?
realtors in the area. I think it's just my proactiveness in the follow up. They see that we're young, hungry, willing to work for them, go the extra mile. It's the prep process too, right? I mean, we're giving them all the information, comps, net sheet live on the iPad right there, compared to other realtors where some of them will have to come back the next day for another appointment, or they're not ready with their information, all that stuff. So I feel like we're taught to present ourselves better, from guys like you
and then
Jeff.
so all of you'll have all that stuff digitally. How long do you think it'll take you to prepare for a listing presentation?
Probably like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many did you go on last year?
Oh, last year I probably went on easily over 50.
Over 50 listing
Yeah,
presentations?
uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
So like, what does that do for you? Like going on so many listing presentations?
Well, last year I was able to sign, I think it was 24 listings. So, I mean, almost 50%. Like, that's 1 out of 2, right? The process work, guys. Trust the process,
That's
you
the
know?
process. Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean to tell me if when Belichick told Tom Brady run a slant, and then he told the receiver run the slant, and then he threw the slant, you got the touchdown?
Father.
A lot of times I tell people it's like, you just run the play. If you guys are working with a team that has a proven process and has done it in the past, if you're an agent, make sure that you run the play. All right. So now we're here at Los Calientes.
Los Calientes. Okay.
Yeah, but so that was one news. Did you hear the other news?
Oh, about Sharon?
Yeah, that was another one. For Sharon, I think. What do you think? Let's start off there.
Well, I mean, fortunately, I have had interactions with him in the past where,
Yeah.
he's came to our office, spoke in front of us,
Yeah.
been to some of his events. So I guess like that is kind of be cut back a little bit now because of his new role. But he's stepping into a more important role to
Yeah.
grow the company. So I'm super
Yeah.
excited for him on that end. But I'm definitely going to miss seeing him around, in the
Yeah,
office.
no, of course. I mean, Sharon is, super cool. One of the main reasons why we came to Real. Work hard, be kind is the motto. If you go into my Instagram long enough, I know that you were looking. there's a quote that I have that says in 2015 that says, "Work hard, be kind." Kind of funny, huh?
I will say you have been ahead on the curve for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bad Bunny.
This one kind of sits on your tongue a little bit longer.
Oh, it came in.
Uh-huh.
It came in hot.
Yeah, but I think you were doing like QR codes back in like 2012, 2013
Yeah.
on those checks and stuff, you know, like before those were like super popular.
Yeah, my business card. I roll agent, and I had another company called the Property Shop.
Okay.
And again, I started doing Zillow in 2013. I
Uh-huh.
did postcards, I did all that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't really work for me. And so I tried Zillow, and then like my third call, I put them in escrow. And so I'm like, oh shit, this shit works, right? And then I sat down and I said to myself, do I want to do postcards, door knocking, and referral business and open houses like the traditional way,
Yeah.
or do I want to work in the future? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my decision was like, I'm going in all in the future
Mm-hmm.
because if I don't, then everything else that I'm doing is like I'm taking a step back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if I'm not doing something that's gonna take a step forward,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like I'm taking a step back.
100%.
So I started. Oh yeah. So I started doing. It's
It's
coming in.
coming down my nose, man.
So I started doing everything online.
Yeah.
I went through. I was looking at my Google account, Google PPC in 2014,
Uh-huh.
Facebook ads 2014.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Way back then. This is over
Yeah.
10 years ago now we're talking about.
Yeah. And then I had a QR code and.
Sorry to cut you off there, boss. But on the future stuff, what do you think is like
Well, I
the
wanted
next...
to ask you a second question.
Oh, okay.
There was a third news that I don't know if you knew.
Okay. What's
So
the
what
third
do you
news?
think about Compass buying Berkshire Hathaway? Did you hear about that?
Yes, I heard about that. But apparently, I guess that's not like official or something like that.
Not yet.
Gino or whoever the CEO of Home Services, Berkshire,
Mhm.
he's like, there's no legitimacy or whatever to it yet.
Are you there?
I think so, something like that. So there's
Oh.
probably some confusion there. But that's pretty interesting to see, like,
The
a
big
very,
player.
yeah, Berkshire is like a very well-known, they've been around for a long time, right?
Mhm.
So I think they're partnering up with a company like Compass, who's like more, I guess,
Modern.
modern and tech-driven. Could be beneficial for them.
Yeah, and then there was one more. When the one that started everything, Keller and the other mortgage company that started.
yeah,
So they were the ones
yeah.
that started the domino effect, and all
Oh,
of a sudden,
yeah, you're right. There has been a lot of stuff like that happening in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Is there something coming that I don't know about, Jose?
yeah. So I've been telling people for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are not. You're no longer competing against agents. Your competition is corporations.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I remember when I went up against Redfin. So I wanted to kind of keep talking about that
Okay.
Redfin thing. How did you beat them besides just telling them, "Hey, it's not a discount brokerage"?
So the main objection for that too, right?
Yeah.
Of course, is the hey, well, Redfin can do 1.5, right?
Mhm.
I was like, so what are you getting for that 1.5 service, right? Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get all this proactive marketing, this
Mhm.
showcase boost on Zillow? I mean, the biggest real estate platform in the world
Yeah.
right now.
Mhm.
Do you get like someone who's gonna sift through their database right now
Yeah.
with the buyer demand report? So it's just tools on tools on tools on tools, you know?
Damn, you said a lot of stuff right there. So, another thing that I hear from agents is like you guys have too many tools. Do
Mm-hmm.
you feel like that?
No, it's always good to have more tools in your tool belt, be knowledgeable about those tools,
Yeah.
and your job is really to figure out what the client's situation is and how you can match those tools and help them.
I am glad that you said that because I get so many people that I interview and they're just like, "Oh my God, you guys do so much,
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah," and I'm like, "No, you just don't do enough."
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
like where you've been at, you've been
Mm-hmm.
stuck in like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And so if you're not using Loom, if you're not using ChatGPTs, if you're not using AI agents, chatbots, all these things that are
Yep.
happening right now. And so you know what type of brokerage or what type of agent doesn't do well in our office?
What type?
There's only one type.
And what type?
People that don't understand the future is here. That they need to start working towards the future. Like that old
Embrace the
method-
changes.
Yeah, embrace the changes. Bro, and there's more changes that are happening. Like you're competing against huge corporations.
Yeah.
Right? That tech is here. People have access to information.
Mm-hmm.
That the professional age. So how many times a week do you practice?
Ooh. 4 times a week? I mean, we meet.
You
yeah.
practice 4 times a week? It's
We,
getting hot.
we pretty we
Getting
pretty
hot.
much every
Is
day.
the AC on?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is it?
I don't know, bro. It
Yeah.
feels like it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, we meet pretty much every morning at 9 a.m. except for Mondays.
Except for
Yeah,
Mondays,
yeah. So we're always getting trained. We're always practicing. We're always bringing problems in as a group. You know, collaborating, see how we can solve them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's try out this hot sauce right here.
Which was that one?
This is called the Dawson Apple Caraway.
Apple caraway. Apple caraway, don't get carried away.
Don't get carried away now. This one looks spicy.
Oh yeah, looks
Muy
Muy
caliente.
caliente. That was the last one. All right, cool. Let's hit this little dab.
All right,
Dun, dun,
let's go right
dun.
here.
Dun, dun. Ooh. Look at the camera. Ooh. There it is.
Taste the flavors.
Definitely. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Oh, but these like they linger towards the end.
Yeah.
They don't get you till the end. You get the flavor first.
Well, you should see the next one's coming.
Oh,
Halfway
fun
through.
fact.
Yeah.
I actually did hot ones a number of years ago with my girlfriend's family back then, and her mom made some wings from home, dude. They were excellent wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that whole experience, so I'm really
Were they
excited.
hotter than these sauces?
They were pretty much as hot, probably. Yeah,
We're halfway through.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So, news, I feel like the change is kind of going in that direction.
Yes.
I feel like people need to kind of be stuck on teams. And like I said, a huge shout out to Sharon, right? So you practice every single day. What's your favorite thing so far out of everything that you're learning? Like what do you think is your main things in your tool belt right now?
Main things in my tool belt.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we got that DAPM script that we know down to a
What
T.
does that mean?
Discovery, appointment, price, motivation. The initial phone conversation to set the appointment. You know.
Yeah.
So we got that really dialed down. I think it works for every scenario, whether they're just looking for a valuation, cash offer, or discover the selling options, right? As I mentioned. Another one, home light, for anyone with high equity, want to cash out, buy their next house, and sell it later on so they don't have to be contingent. Revive, right? Renovate to sell, making the sellers the investor too by funding the renovation costs, taking on the projects, no risk to the sellers, no money up front, right?
Got you.
We can get our contractors in there, guarantee the work, all that stuff.
So those are companies that you work with. That help you with that.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool.
Yeah, so we're very familiar. Showcase obviously, getting you that additional boost on Zillow in terms of views and saves.
So talk about a showcase. What does it actually do for you?
Yeah, so Listing Showcase is a seller tool within the Zillow platform right now, exclusive to Premier agents and Premier teams. It
Do you
basically,
use it on all your listings?
of course, yeah, all my listings. I mean, get yourself an agent who invests in his business, right? Right? Come on, man. Yeah, but regarding Showcase, presenting the listing in a different way, right? Capturing that consumer engagement, so the longer time they spend on the page, more likely they'll click request a tour, contact the agent. And then we also give them a boost too, right? So in terms of views and saves, I mean, we can compare any listing showcase listing views with a regular listing, and you can see the numbers are 2-3x usually.
Oh wow, that's your experience. So
Yeah.
far? And then what about what else does it come with besides pictures? Like, do you like the? Because I obviously know a little bit about it. So the floor plan and the
3D tours
the
and
3D
stuff.
Tours. Do you like the 3D? Have you seen your 3D tours?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Do you get any? Have you seen one of the outside of your house?
Yes, there are some now where you can go to the backyard and front yard and look at the streets and all that kind of stuff.
Have
So
you
you're
seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it on some of the listings. So you're literally starting on the driveway
Yeah.
into the front porch, into
Shout
the
out
front
to
door.
Arturo, thank you.
Going the extra mile right there. Shout out to Arturo.
Isn't it dope?
It's
right?
super dope.
Yeah, because I tell people it's like we have to think of what the consumer of today is, right?
Digital selling, right?
Digital selling, right? And then so there's a book called Jeb Blunt by Jeb Blunt called Virtual Selling, and they talk about all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of consumers that are out there doing all of these things, and so I think giving the experience of the consumer being able to make a decision on the phone. Have you ever done a Zillow deal where somebody comes in and it's like, I don't even need to see the house, just write an offer?
Yes. Definitely. I've had buyers from out of state call in.
Yeah, right?
Sold a condo to a guy in Long Beach who was in Florida at the time. Video tours, had him write an offer. He came out, check it during inspections. Fortunately, it didn't work out, right? But we still were able to sort him another home in the area. But yeah, I mean, just follow your
Okay.
process.
Yeah, exactly, right? So digital selling is important, Loom videos and all of that.
Let's get to the next one.
Yeah, let's get to the next one.
Oh yeah, the one you sent me?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. But you know what my homie Frank, you know Brittany Scott, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so he hits me with the what you drinking that potion, man? He hit me with something like that.
Eye of newt, squirt of lemon. And for the final ingredient of my potion of immortality,
What?
What?
Excuse me. Hola. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about.
Bro.
All right, go listen.
All right, this one's about to get crazy, bro.
Yeah. Homage, right?
Cheers.
So, oh, man. This is good, right? It's like a pineapple.
Good.
Scotch bonnet, right? So Frank tells me that potion, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Potion? That was a little crunchy,
Yeah.
right?
The flavor's lingering.
Yeah.
Mouth getting a little hot.
Yeah. And then so, yeah.
You're starting to sweat too, huh? I'm down to do a little more. It's pretty
yeah.
good on the other side, you
Oh
know?
shit, I thought you were like spicy.
Come on, man.
Oh, okay,
It's hitting
okay,
good.
get brave, dog.
Just for
Yeah.
Jose, dude,
Ah,
for a
yeah,
hot
Jose.
one.
Yeah, hot one. Let's throw it a little more, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You keep me hungry. I like it. I'm not gonna back down from a challenge. You know, let's go. So
I'm going
tell
sauce
you-
for sauce.
Yeah, sauce for sauce, dog. Nah. So, yeah, so Frank tells me about a potion. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Mhm.
And he's all like, potion means drink, man. I said, oh, you're talking about my liquor, bro. Like, that's what he called it. And I was like,
What's potion?
I thought that was the hardest thing. I was like, dang, that's
What's
so
your
dope.
potion?
Yeah, and then he hit me with the no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because I was telling him I was going through a hard time. But the way he said it with his accent was so fucking dope.
Prophet.
Yeah, I was like,
He's a
this
prophet.
Wake up in the morning, I see how the devil wicked.
Yeah.
Cause when me look beside me, and my wife that in the bed, you know.
Eh.
But I the same monkey from the zoo. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know we were talking about showcase, right? 3D tours and
Yes.
and all of that kind of stuff. Starting new.
I don't know, starting to...
Come in. So yeah, so we were talking about the showcase, and then so yeah, they got me, bro. Yeah. So we were talking about showcase, and then on showcase, the other thing is like I've been telling people, digital selling is the way that
The way of the future.
The way of the future is. So I actually have a class.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a class April 5th. You're gonna be one of my special guests in one of my classes, so I'm gonna invite you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
my first time hearing about this.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
news to me.
Yeah. So it's my class that I'm doing on April 5th. But this next one, I have already. My special guest is going to be Brittany and Steph.
Okay.
And then I'm starting to do a class like every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm applying to be an instructor for PWR. So hopefully, when this
Oh, nice. Right down the street.
Yeah. When this show airs out, I'll be an instructor for PWR.
That'd be
So,
dope.
yeah. So in the last 5 years, I've been telling people we're top 10 at Remax.
Yep.
We came to EXP with the shirt on our back. Became top 10 at EXP in less than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hit Hall of Fame at Remax. Hit 3 times Icon at EXP. Came to Real in 2 years. Top 10. And also got Elite twice. And now we became part of the Agent Advisory Board at Zillow.
Let's go. Congratulations,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think you're a top dog anywhere you go. You know, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what brokerage you're at.
Yeah, well, I think
But-
our system, and that's kind of where I was getting at, right? Like you're talking about systems
Yeah.
and things like that. And so, you know, especially even with everything kind of happening in the industry, I feel like we have a proven system.
Exactly.
I mean, we've taken it to 3 different brokerages, from a franchise brokerage to now, you know, and recognizing that the future is going to be like cloud-based brokerages, right? Because we want to kind of give people room and stuff like that. And then,
Yep.
so what do you think about that? What do you think, like when you look at Coldwell, Keller, and you look at all these other brands, like what do you think about their agents, their process? How do you think?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the real estate model is still the old traditional way, you know. Local offices, you know, whether it's your Coldwell, Keller, and they all do a great job of serving their local communities, right? But I think talking about the digital age of selling, a seller now, they're more looking for marketing experts compared to local experts, right? Meaning that, if you're living in Orange County, you want to hire someone that can build a marketing campaign that attract buyers from, Vegas, NorCal, out of state, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's through social, Instagram, YouTube, which we're pushing heavy on, just to get eyeballs outside of the community too, right? Because
Yeah.
most of the time it's not likely going to be your neighbor that purchased your home.
So walk me through this. You go to a lot of listing appointments,
Yes.
right? And then so you get to a listing appointment, and the client says what?
The client?
Yeah, the client
After the presentation, or what do you mean?
No, so when that conversation comes up, so the client says, "I'm looking for a local agent," and Sonny does.
Okay. Understandable, I mean, I've had this a bunch of times out in Lancaster, Palmdale, Victorville area, the
Yeah.
high desert area, which we also
Oh, so you don't
fortunate to
live in the high
serve.
desert.
No, I do not.
Are we looking for agents? Hey, for y'all.
Yeah.
Call me, maybe.
But the way we're able to win those listings, even being a team who's mainly down here, is exactly like what I said, right? Okay, well, you want to interview with more local agents, that's totally great. You're exploring your different selling options. But can I share with you, in my experience, what sellers today are looking for, in the world of digital selling,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Uh-huh.
So,
Something along
it's
those lines.
share those difference between a marketing expert compared to a local expert, right?
Got you.
Because
Yeah.
when you saw this property, I mean, was it a local agent in the area that brought it to you, or you saw it on Zillow, or you saw it on Facebook, or you
Yeah.
saw it on Instagram that drew your attention initially
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to this house?
Yeah, and then so what do they normally say? No, it was the guy that I saw it on the newspaper.
I don't get too many of those, man.
I saw it on the yellow pages. Sonny. I remember when the MLS, when we were looking at magazines and stuff like that, and where the MLS had like either no pictures or
Yeah.
one picture of the property, and we used to bring in people to the office, and we had a computer room because people didn't have like that many computers.
Yeah.
I have like 4 computers, and 2 phones, one for
The
the
plug and one for the
homes.
the plug and the homes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one's for Zillow. And then so yeah, man, I've been able to adapt with the time. I've been able to.
Like, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think how have you been able to adapt so well compared to other people? Would you say it's like your experiences growing up and stuff like that, or?
So yeah, so I think it's that, and also because like my age, like I think like I'm right there in the cusp,
Okay.
right? Like I think like 1 or 2 years difference, and I think it would have been a little different for me. But like I also grew up playing computer games. Like,
Dota.
Yeah,
Dota.
Yeah, Dota, DOTA. Yeah. And so I was a nerd, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a nerd and a sports guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got along with everyone. So I was like geeking on the computer, I used to carry my Xbox in my backpack. I was Halo 3, baby. I when I started doing Modern Warfare, like I was really good, man. Back in
Okay.
the day, I used to be a big gamer. That's one thing people don't know about me. Yeah, Madden, you could get it in FIFA too if you want it. Hit me.
He's calling all the shots right now. You're climbing up the chimney right now, Jose.
All right, cool. Let's go. So next
All
off.
right. This is gonna be the bomb.
Oh, the bomb. Okay, so.
We can't skimp out on this though. You gotta coat the entire wing.
All right, let's go, dog.
If you really want the full extent of the wing, you gotta coat the entire wing.
All right, let's
That's what I
go.
learned.
Oh,
They're coming. Oh, it's a thick one.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Come on.
Oh, bro.
We're not cheating.
We're not cheating.
Noel, you see this? We're about to eat this.
Oh, he's gonna be sick for a day. I can't back down either. That's my dog. All right, here we go. Let's go.
The bomb, baby.
No,
Cheers.
oh, cheers. Let's go. We're about to make this all blow up. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Just punch it
Oh.
in the face.
I did. Oh, I had a whole. I had this whole section where it didn't touch no chicken, bro. It just the sauce went straight to my throat.
Wow. Okay.
All right, keep going.
This is where it gets interesting. All right, guys. We're in the 8th inning. Oh, wow. We might need more water. It's getting hot in here.
I kind of regret that. I'm good.
Hey, get him some ice cream. Hey, get that boy some milk. Let me get you some ice cream. Hey, you mind? You want to get this?
No, can you bring me my coffee?
Yeah, it's hot. The bomb is hot, bro.
What's your next question, bro?
Yeah, we can stop whenever you like, all right?
What's your next
All
question?
right, what's our next? Let's go. Sorry. All right, so the next question was, what were we talking about? I don't remember. This is gonna be good for the show.
Thank you.
What was the next question we were talking about? What were we talking about? You don't even remember. I thought it wasn't paying attention. I don't pay attention.
Dude, my stomach's like tingling now.
Oh yeah. This is all great, by the way. This is all B-roll. Woo. All right, this is how they do the show.
There's like 3 more to go,
Yeah,
right?
there's 3 more to go, bro. The next one is from here. All right, cool. Well, let's just move on. So, with AI, let's move on to the future. What is Sunny kind of working on? That your main focus right now for the next kind of few years.
Well, kind of reflecting on this the other night too, right?
Yeah, it's getting
The progression of the last 4 years as a real estate agent. Because I just recently went through my first license renewal process, right? So I've been in the game for a minute now.
Signed the NDA. Yeah. You signed the renewal.
But anyways,
Oh, okay.
now I renewed my license for another 4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice. You did it with the girls that I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're great.
They're great, but the point was, I started out brand new agent, came to his office, knew nothing about real estate, learned, sharpened my skills, role play in the morning with the buyers, right?
Yeah. So you did that your first year. So your first year you were more of a buyer's agent.
Yeah, and in half of second year,
Ooh. Yeah. Seeing hot.
served a lot of buyers too, but at the same time, we knew the seller program was just right around the corner. So we were preparing heavy for that too.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of last year, or towards the end of the second year,
Yeah.
transitioned
No, don't touch the face, right?
I know.
Yeah.
transitions to a listing agent.
Uh-huh.
And then last year was the first year full time, did all listings.
Okay. Oh, so last year you did only listings.
Yeah, and then, brought on, a mentee, Jason. Shout out to Jason.
Yeah, Jason. Jason does a lot of like Instagram and all
He's
that.
great, he's great. And then now, it's crazy, I have a VA now. Like, I got employees on payroll.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
you got a
crazy
VA.
how we progress,
So you got your first ISA.
Mm-hmm.
So what is
Assistant.
what is an ISA first and foremost?
Well, an ISA is an inside sales agent. Basically, an assistant helps you do some extra prospecting, follow up with your leads, right?
Right.
Because a lot of times now I'm busy on the field.
So just to recap, you started as a buyer's agent.
Yes.
You started doing buyers and listings, and then last year you only did listings.
Yes.
And this is your 4th year in real estate.
Yes. Is that not a normal projection?
No.
No? No? This is all I know, man.
So how many deals did you do last year?
Oh my gosh. On and off, 15.
Okay, gotcha.
15, yeah.
And that was so that was all listings.
Yeah.
Wow.
All listings. Did some flips too,
You
right?
did some flips, okay.
Mhm.
And then so this year, what trajectory are you on?
The trajectory with all the... I mean, I have 8 deals under contract right now. Yeah, we're
Anything under
trying...
contract.
Yes. That I'm having my VA and ISAs help me move those listings too, right? Setting appointments, getting me extra conversations with prospective buyers that might be interested. Yeah, but
Where did you get these buyers from? From the database?
from our database, so just really working we have too many leads, Jose, right?
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
problem. But
yeah.
going back to your original question, man, I'm hoping to hit like at least 25 this year. That's
25
what.
listings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you can do that. I think especially with the VA. All right, this is the Ninja name palm. So we're just going to have to go kind of fast, but we're fine. Cool. We don't have to put that much. Let's go.
Come on, bro. We're on the hot ones now.
Oh,
Talking real
fuck
estate.
it, fuck it. All right. And then so, all right, Ninja
This is
name
a
palm.
decent amount, people. We're not cheating.
Oh, I ate a lot of spicy food. So, yeah, you're going to having your ISA call. Has you got any new deals this year so far?
Oh yeah, she set a few appointments for me right now with buyers that I'm working, showing homes.
Buyers
and
or
stuff.
sellers?
Buyers, both really. But I'm having her focus on finding buyers for the listings that I have. I got 8 contracts.
So you're not there yet.
Yeah. So I think Jeff's theme this year for us is to slow down, right? We've got a bunch of deals under contract. Let's try to get them sold instead of keep like stacking them up, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not here to list your home, you know? I'm here to get your home sold, right?
Well, it's funny that you say that because that's what I'd be saying to people.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the day, everybody wanted to do a lot of.
This one wasn't as bad. This
No.
one wasn't as bad.
No, the last one, the bomb is bad.
Oh, it's bad?
No, the bomb was.
Oh, yeah, the last one
Yeah,
was
the
bad.
last one wasn't that bad.
I was about to. I thought you said this upcoming
It
one.
goes down. It goes down after you get there.
Okay.
That was kind of like the peak.
Mm.
Yeah. Then after that, yeah, the bomb is not a joke. Got the
Okay.
bomb on you.
Okay.
Baby.
Is this the next one?
That's the yeah.
Oh, we're on the next one already.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Arbol.
Arbol.
Get it. Yeah. Woo!
Arbol.
And then so they make phone calls right now for leads for buyers.
Uh-huh.
Are you thinking about maybe bringing on people to your team so they can help
Eventually.
you? Yeah, to do like the open houses.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we have a really good open house process here too with the team. So, you know, we have a lot of agents too that are experts.
You could give any agent leads for open houses. How many do you have right now that are available?
I got 3.
They're almost a little hot.
Oh,
Yeah. That was number 9. We got one more sauce left.
it's worse when it hits your mouth first and you don't get any wings. So it's just straight sauce in your mouth.
Try sauce. Right? So what happens there?
So with the open house, I mean, obviously, when you have that many listings at a time, it's impossible to do an open house for every single one of them, right?
Oh, so
So-
you can't host 10 open houses? What a noble cause.
Yeah, but with our Slack network and our agent network,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one of the things I pitch to the sellers too. Like we have manpower.
Yeah.
No matter what day of the week, we
Yeah.
can get an open house for you.
Yeah. So we're good. Number 9. We're almost there, Sonny.
Huh?
Yeah. So you're looking for open house agents or agents that are new, or you're
I'm
open
always
to-
looking
Yeah.
to help, you know, newer agents.
And would they be mentored by you, like maybe like a once a week type of thing? Like, what does that look like to have Sonny as your sponsor?
100%. So, just like with Jason, taking him on a lot of deals when he first started, getting him in the trenches, getting him familiarized with talking with people, you know,
Yeah.
and getting the flow of things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then eventually he handled his own transaction by himself, all by himself from start to finish, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to
So-
Jason. First year, right? 7 transactions. Some of those were stuff that we were doing here in the office.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, so sometimes people will tell me, hey, you know, you guys really help. Because you guys probably shouldn't be helping that much. But I'm like, no. The only thing we're trying to do is expedite the process, right? For an agent. Like for you, yeah, you're not entering your 4th year, right? As an agent.
Mm-hmm.
You said you have 8 under contract, and we are in March,
Yeah.
right? So we're not even at the end of March, so we're not even done through the first quarter.
No, we're not.
And so far you have 8 under contract. How many have you closed?
We're close to 3 now.
3 now?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully to, I mean, definitely at least 5 by the end of the quarter.
Yeah, in a
you know?
quarter, so then you're on pace to do 20, right? And then,
Bump that up to 25.
yeah, I mean, you're going to hit your stride right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only getting better. How many appointments would you say that you've done so far this year?
Oh my gosh. Too many to count, to be honest, but
It's getting
I mean,
hot.
it's getting pretty hot. 2, sometimes, I mean, almost 1 every day, you know? If
Yeah.
Whether it's a buyer or seller, but I would say listing at least twice a week.
So this is like at least twice a week.
And I think that's slow right now.
That's slow.
And that's slow, yeah.
So, and then as far as like videos for Loom, how many of those do you send out?
Or at least 1 every day.
Okay, so you do
1 every day,
Cool.
yeah.
And then so 25 deals, grow a bigger team. What else is in there for Sonny? I know you're doing some flips.
So, doing a lot of transitioning to some of the investor side too. Oh, what is that?
This is the final one.
Oh gosh, yeah, but just
Final sauce.
learning. A little nervous.
Yeah, the last dab. This one is not supposed to be as spicy. It's not as spicy as the last one. I think the bomb again was the spiciest one. Right. The last one was a little spicy.
Okay.
but this one's not that.
But we have to code it, Jose. We can't check it out on the last one. We gotta code
You're
it.
tripping, bro. You're tripping.
We gotta code it.
I mean, if you want to, we'll go for it.
Let's
But
see.
I think a little bit is good.
Okay, well, we're putting the last dap on right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Here we go.
Cheers.
All right.
That one sits in the back of your throat.
Yeah. So we're done with the challenge.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, we have three cameras in here.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Tell the world, how do they get in contact with Sunny?
Yes.
What special projects do people contact you about?
Yes.
And kind of what's going to be happening moving forward?
Yeah, so the best way to contact me, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Sunny My Realtor. And, I want to let you guys know about some of these listings we have right now. So number one, I have a 4-bed, 3-bath,
Yeah.
2,500 square foot single family residence, Buena Park, going for 1.4.
1.4.
Yep.
4.
Got a off-market condo in Culver City, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet,
Culver City.
680,000. If anyone's interested.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Signed one this past week out in Victorville with my boy Abraham. 6 bedrooms, 4-bath. That one's going for 630,000 in Victorville.
Damn.
3,000 square foot, paid off solar.
How many more you got?
We're just going down the list.
There you go.
Got one in Palmdale too. 2-bed, 1-bath, fixer upper, 950 square feet, 1 acre zoning, MU3. You can tear that bitch down. Build a multi-family,
RPG.
resident. Commercial if you want. So, dude, I just got a little bit of everything on the catalog right now. If
Yeah.
people want to know more about it, reach out.
Yeah. So feel free to reach out to Sunny. Whenever you guys can, reach out to him on Instagram. He's an amazing person, an even better agent, or should I say, better person. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. It gets hot, bro. So again, thank you guys so much for being a part of our show. And on to the next.
Power up.
Hey, fly boy.
Oh my gosh.